In life, we are often tested. In fact, some may call life itself the ultimate test. And boy, would a cheat sheet be handy. But today, our hero Kisara has her own test, one she cannot afford to fail. See, Kisara is searching for her brother, but has only been able to find the sinister Shroud and his co-workers. She's managed to defeat a couple, but Shroud is able to defeat her. And the only reason this series goes past 4 episodes is because Shroud deems her as not a threat and lets her live and keep her blue eyes.
You idiot!
After that, Kisara feels like a failure, but a man named Solaris comes along and tells her that there's no shame in losing. Yes, it sucks, but everyone loses sometimes. It's just a normal part of life. Kisara asks how he knows so much, and Solaris reveals that he's trained many duelists, including Kisara's mother, Betty. And some guy named Jared, but he's probably not important. Anyway, Kisara wants to train under him like her mom did, but Solaris says he'll only train her if she can defeat a duelist in the local cemetery, a spirit who will test her knowledge on the game and how good of a duelist she really is. Kisara goes and meets the man, and thus the test begins. So will she get an A or will she get an F? I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's quit our resting and get testing. The duel begins and Kisara goes first. She draws and her opening hand contains, get ready for this, Hyozanru, Kaiser Glider, Trihorn Dragon, Ushioni, Kiryushin, and Millennium Shield. Kisara can't do anything with these bricks aside from build a small village. So she does the only thing she can do. She ends her turn. It's the Spirit's turn. He draws and his opening hand contains Yatagarasu, Spring of Rebirth, Card Destruction, and 3 mysterious cards that we're calling Yamada Dragon, Dark Dust Spirit, and Yamada no Kame. He normally summons Yatagarasu in attack mode. He orders it to attack Kisara directly. Kisara takes Sparks damage. Main Phase 2, the Spirit activates the continuous spell Spring of Rebirth. Now whenever a monster is returned to the hand, the Spirit will gain 500 life points. The Spirit ends his turn, and because he did, the Spirit monster effect activates, returning Yatagarasu to his hand, and then Rebirth gives him another 500 life points. And the Spirit just won the duel. Due to Yata's effect, if it inflicts battle damage, Kisara's draw phase is skipped, and since she can't do anything with that brick in her hand, well, she's lost. So unless the Spirit decides to be ultra kind and give her a little help with her hand, she's screwed. So right here, the Spirit's won. But let's give Kisara a fair chance and see if maybe she can turn this around somehow. It's Kisara's turn, and she can't draw due to Yata's effect. And since Kisara can't do anything with her current hand, she's already lost the duel. But Kisara isn't going to quit until her life points hit 0. So, she ends her turn. It's the Spirit's turn. He draws and gets a mysterious card we're calling Amaterasu. He normally summons Yata again. He attacks directly and Kisara takes another 200 damage. End phase, Yata returns to his hand and the Spirit gains another 500 life points. It's Kisara's turn. Once again she can't do anything, so she passes. It's the Spirit's turn. He draws and gets something mysterious that we're calling Fang Huang. Luckily for Kisara, the Spirit is bored by the state of this duel and wants something more interesting. He activates Card Destruction. Both players discard their hands and draw new cards. The Spirit discards his hand, then draws 5 cards, which are Susa Soldier, Inaba White Rabbit, Hino Kagutsuchi, a spell or trap he never plays, and another mysterious card. I'm selling some Noah Kaiba cards from here, so we're calling it Power Clock of Destiny and Great Long Nose. Kisara discards her dead hand and draws 6 cards, which are, get ready for this, Sword Stalker, D-Spell, Sebek's Blessing, Shift, Reinforcement of the Army, and Nutrient Z, from one brick to another. The Spirit normal summons Susa Soldier in attack mode. He orders it to attack directly. Kisara loses 1,000 life points because all damage Susa inflicts is halved due to its own effect. The Spirit ends his turn, Susa's Spirit effect activates, it returns the hand, and the Spirit gains another 500 life points. Gonna give a misplay to Spirit for using Card Destruction, but only a small one. He obviously had the game won if he didn't use that. Just summon Yata and attack directly every turn and you win. However, in universe, this is supposed to be a trial. Something you are able to overcome, but it'll be difficult. Challenging someone in a wheelchair to a foot race isn't a fair challenge. You're just an asshole. Plus, this is a case of positive player interaction. Your opponent is struggling and causing a boring game state that isn't really fun for either player. If this was a tournament or some Fate of the World scenario, it'd be the dumbest move possible. But this is basically a casual duel when you get right down to it. After all, this is supposed to be a game, and the point of games are to have fun. If nobody's having any fun, why are we playing? So while this is a misplay for using card destruction, I'm actually going to give him a pro play for being a good sport. Now let's see what Kisara can do with this new hand of hers. It's Kisara's turn. She draws and gets Obnoxious Celtic Guard. She sets her Obnoxious Celtic punching bag in face-down defense mode. She ends her turn. Well, it was lame, but it's more than she's been doing so far this duel. And spoiler warning, she's never going to activate that reinforcement of the army. Though unlike Johnson's painful choice, we can explain this one. The only warrior in her entire deck is Obnoxious Celtic Guardian. And unfortunately for her, she top-decked it. So that card is now dead. Unless there's another level 4 or lower warrior monster deck that she played before this that I'm forgetting, but otherwise, yeah, the card is dead, so it's totally fine that she didn't activate it if she couldn't activate it. So, yeah. No misplay, I'm gonna cut her some slack. You're no Johnson. It's the Spirit's turn. He draws and gets Asura Priest. He normal summons it in attack mode. He has it attack and destroy Agnostic Celtic Guardian. And since it has under 1900 attack points, Celtic Guard is destroyed. Main phase 2, Spirit sets Pyroclock of Destiny face down and ends his turn. So Asura returns to the hand and he gets another free 500 life points. It's Kisara's turn. She draws and gets Monster Reborn. She activates it, reviving Tenacious Celtic Guardian. Next, she sacrifices her Guardian to tribute summon Sword Stalker. She orders it to attack directly. Spirit takes 2,000 points of damage and is back down to its starting amount. Main phase 2, she sets Nutrient Seed face down and ends her turn. Now, this turn was passable. You wouldn't get a flat-out F for it, but there was a better play. Remember that brick of a hand she discarded earlier? Revive one of those things with Monster Reborn! Let's say Kaiser Glider, since it's the strongest and has an actual animation, as well as a pretty good effect and is stronger than Sword Stalker. So you do 2,400 points of damage with a direct attack instead of just 2,000. Also, she could have used Subix Blessing to gain some life points back out of that direct attack, so oops. Again, this turn was okay, but there was just an obvious better move. It's the Spirit's turn. He draws and gets Spiritual Energy Settle Machine. He normally summons his Inaba White Rabbit. Battle phase, Inaba attacks directly due to its unique effect. Kisara takes 700 damage. Spirit ends his turn. Inaba returns to the hand, and Spirit gains 500 life points. Misplay of the Spirit here because the better play would have been to summon Susa Soldier and have it crash into her Sword Stalker. And if he did do that, Kisara can't do anything for the next few turns, so she would have been majorly screwed. Although we could say that maybe he's giving her a bit of pity considering she couldn't do literally anything the first few turns, so we're gonna let her have a little fun for a while before we break all of her hopes and dreams, but just so misplay, so yeah. It's Kisara's turn. She draws and gets Token Sunday. She orders Sword Stalker to attack directly again. Spirit loses another 2,000 life points. Kisara ends her turn. It's Spirit's turn. He draws and gets Battle Break. Spirit decides to change things up a bit. He sets Otohime in face-down defense mode. Next, he sets Battle Break face down and ends his turn. It's Kisara's turn. She draws and gets Possessed Dark Soul. She normal summons her Dark Soul to the field. Then, after Dark Kisara leaves, Possessed Dark Soul is summoned. She orders it to attack Spirit's set monster, but Spirit reveals his trap Battle Break. This destroys the attacking monster and ends the battle phase, but Kisara can negate this by just revealing a monster in her hand. However, Kisara has no monsters in her hand, so Dark Soul is destroyed and the battle phase ends. Main phase 2, Kisara sets Shift face down and ends her turn. Left arm offering's an extra card in hand because I can't find when the heck she draws this thing, but she never activates it anyway, so whatever, it's not the end of the world. I'm just bringing it up because if I don't, someone else will. Moving on. It's the Spirit's turn in the penultimate turn of the duel. He draws and gets Change of Heart. He flip summons Otohime. Her effect activates, switching Sword Stalker into defense mode. Next, he activates Change of Heart, taking control of Sword Stalker until the end phase. Not that he'll be around that long. Spirit tributes Otohime and Sword Stalker to tribute summon.
Come forth, Hinokago Suchi.
Battle phase, Hinokago Suchi attacks directly, attempting to go for game, but Kisara activated her trap Nutrient Z, so she gained 4,000 life points before the attack connected. Then she took 2,800 points of damage, so her life points rise to 5,900, then fall to 3,100. However, since Hinokago Tsuchi inflicted battle damage, its unique effect activated, so Kisara must discard her entire hand to the graveyard. Main phase 2, Spirit gives Kisara her final challenge. He activates a continuous spell, Spiritual Energy Settle Machine. Now his spirit monsters don't have to return to the hand as long as he discards a card during the end phase. Spirit ends his turn, discarding his Great Long Nose to the grave. Spirit tells Kisara that if this challenge is too hard, she can quit now. But Kisara declines. Her mother always told her not to let anyone bring her down. And that includes this final hurdle. It's Kisara's turn, and the final turn of the duel. She draws and gets Anime, Card of Sanctity. She activates it. You know how it works. Spirit draws 4 new cards, which are irrelevant, so here's 4 random spirit monsters. And Kisara draws 6 cards, which are Kaiser Seahorse, Double Summon, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Action Magic Double Banking, and 2 more mysterious cards, so here's 2 more random bricks, which seem to be a theme of this episode, if any. She normal summons Kaiser Seahorse. She then activates Double Summon to give her 1 more normal summon this turn. Then she uses her extra normal summon, tributing her Kaiser Seahorse
to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
This is possible because Kaiser Seahorse is treated as 2 tributes for the summon of a light-type monster. Next, Kisara activates Action Magic Double Banking, discarding one of her bricks, so that if Blue Eye destroys a monster by battle, it can attack again. Battle phase, Hinokago Tsuchi is finished. Blue Eyes attacks and destroys it, reducing Spirit down to 2300 life points. And then Blue Eyes attacks again, this time directly for game, winning Kisara the duel, giving her an A on her test, and sending her off to her final challenge. So was the spirit about to defeat Kisara? Yes! He got her into the Yana lock, and that's an unofficial win condition. Heck, it technically is a win condition in some games, because even the AI doesn't want to sit through that BS. If he didn't reset the playing field, she would have lost, and even after the reset, Kisara was struggling a bit. I assume he was holding back because he knew it was a trial, so wanted to give her a fair chance at overcoming it. And once Kisara got on a roll and was able to fight back, she did give it a legit fight. But thank Ra she upgrades her deck after this mini-arc, because this deck is rough. Realistic, but rough. Though in the end, Solaris was proven right. There's nothing wrong with losing. What matters is, do you let that loss define you, or do you get back up, dust yourself off, and move on with your life? And ultimately, Kisara made the right decision. But what do you all think? Did you notice any misplays that I missed? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and be sure to check out Treasure Key Studios channel. Link to the channel description below as always. With all that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see all of you next time. Later!